It's hard to stomach that.
D Rich and Juice. Back at it again, man. Go ahead and smash that like button right now. I'm gonna say it again. Smash that like button right now. We got a lot of stuff to get into. Juice got his coffee. We ready to go. We ready to rock and roll, man. How you feeling, Juice?
This is not coffee, bro. This is matcha. So you got to get that straight.
What's the difference? Is the caffeine in that?
Bro, matcha is tea. It's not coffee. It's completely different, bro.
Okay. Well, Juice has his Starbucks. He's ready to go. Let's get right into it. Imani Bates last night, Juice. 30 points. We all knew that this was Imani Bates' biggest game, I would say, of his career, because we knew coming into this game that this was probably the biggest game on the schedule. And just checking out that game last night, Juice, I got a couple of takeaways if I can give them to you. The atmosphere was electric. It seemed like a high school basketball rivalry because the atmosphere was just shaking. It made me want to be in the atmosphere the way that it was. It seemed like a real life rivalry, a high school basketball rivalry, because every time Eastern Michigan scored, the crowd would go crazy. Every time Michigan would score, Hunter Dickinson would go crazy and the bench would go crazy. It was just a great atmosphere. But the best thing was seeing Imani Bates back to doing what he does, man. And this is why I was so passionate talking about Imani Bates, because he's a hooper. We know what he can do. I don't want to see a player like Imani Bates in the headlines for negative stuff. I don't want to see it. I want to see stuff like this. It made me feel good last night. I canceled a date last night because I said I'm staying up and I'm watching Imani Bates. I'm not leaving the house after 8 o'clock. I was watching Imani Bates last night. I watched the full game from tip to end, and Imani Bates did his thing. He did his thing. And last week we came on here, we talked about, can Noah Farrakhan and Imani Bates be a dynamic duo? I'm not just so sold on it yet. It's only one game. I need more of a measuring stick. I need more of a measuring stick. But what I can say is that last night, man, against Michigan, they came out and they was ready to ball, man. And Imani Bates did his thing and showed the country why he was considered the best player in his class. Last night on the telecast, they said he was considered one of the best players in his class. No, he was considered the best player in his class. It's a difference. Mm-hmm. It's some players that we consider the best. He was considered the best player in his class. And when I come on here and I get passionate about it, you can hear it in my damn voice. It almost brought tears to my eyes seeing him back out there doing his damn thing.
Not for real.
Doing his thing. And I'm going off on a tangent.
Let me talk, bro. Let it out, man. Let it out, bro. Let it out.
Now, and another impressive thing was I believe he was 11 of 18 from the field, or 11 from 19, whatever it was. The field goal percentage was high. The field goal percentage was high. That's one thing that I love. Now, the only knock was the technical foul, but I can see why he got the technical foul. God, listen, I can see why he got the technical foul, because the energy is going. And a lot of people was talking about him, so I can see why he got the dunk. But I don't want to see the technical foul stuff. You got to learn how to hold that in.
Bro, we can argue about that, bro. No, man. That, like I said, that's what makes Imani Bates, man. Like,
and that's the same reason why. Listen, that's the same reason. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying you got to learn how to tone that down, bro.
But you
got to control that,
bro. I think
let's not focus on that. I'm not saying let's focus on a 30-point game. Don't make this whole thing about me talking about that, because last night was a positive night.
Bro, relax.
So don't just focus on me talking about that. Let's talk about the 30-point performance. Let's go.
This man D-Rich getting pissed. But nah, bro, like I said, like we said last week, this was the game that Imani Bates had a circle on his schedule, bro. November 11th, 2022, bro. Like, he had one job. Like I said in my Bleach Report video, he had one job and he delivered. And I think he exceeded expectations. You know, like, if you watch this game live, like, it felt like he was hitting every shot he was putting up, you know, and all these shots that he was taking were actually tough shots. I think that's what made it more impressive, is the fact that he was getting it without, like, really forcing too many shots. And a lot of them were actually difficult. He was still sinking them in. I feel like we got to definitely give credit to Noah Farrakhan. I feel like he was really keeping the whole game controlled for Eastern Michigan. Nobody could literally guard this kid. Like, not a single person on the floor could guard him. They was throwing everybody against him, man. He was getting to the basket with ease. But yeah, bro, like the emotion, like I said, that's what makes Imani Bates, in my personal opinion, is the emotion, like the aggressiveness. There's a good thing. There's good technical fouls and there's bad technical fouls. That technical foul bring in more energy, in my personal opinion. Once he got that putback dunk and whatnot, got the crowd lit. Sometimes you got to do that. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to do that. And this is the first time that I've seen Imani Bates really do something that like we haven't seen in a long time, bro. Like you said, this was the biggest game of his entire career. I know he went to state. How much did he only win one state title or two?
One state title was freshman year. They could actually think they could have won it the second year, but that's when COVID hit.
COVID did, yeah. But this was, I know this is a regular season game, bro, but I'm telling you, his draft stock went completely up. You cannot sit here and tell me there's 60 players better than Imani Bates in college. You just can't. I think he's a lottery talent, top 20, something.
But the crazy part about this, Juice, is I don't know if you're keeping the same energy. I feel like you kind of switched your. It's okay to switch your tone up a little bit.
What you mean?
It's okay to switch your tone up a little bit, but it's like it's like you gotta switch your energy up a little bit.
No,
I feel like if we go back in some telecasts, it's like kind of switching your energy up a little bit.
Expose me. What did I say? Because I said I've been saying Imani Bates is this good. I've been said it. It's just he had to prove it.
I feel like at one point in time you said Imani Bates is not as good as we think he is.
That's not me saying he's not good. That's not saying that. I said he's not. I don't think he's like LeBron James. That's what I said. It's not a knock. I still think he was like easily one of the best players in his class, if not the best. I've never seen somebody score the ball on the high school level like him in a long time. I've been said it. I never said he was trashing him like that. What are you talking about?
All I'm saying is keep the same energy.
I've been an advocate for Imani Bates.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's okay.
I just said he had to prove it. Like I say this with a lot of guys. You just have to prove it to me.
And listen. It's one game. He still got to prove it. One game. Right. Listen. Let's get it clear. Because sometimes we jump ahead of things and we see things. We come on here. We know what type of player he is, but he still got to show this over a consistent basis throughout the year. If he can do this versus Michigan, I don't see a reason why he can't average 25 plus points in the MAC. Now, why this game matters so much is because he won't be playing stellar competition throughout the year. So if he would have came out last night and dropped 10 points and then would have dropped 30 in the MAC, everybody would have had a field day. But it was important for him to come out last night and show the world and remind people why it was really a conversation between him and Victor, people. A year and a half ago. Let's not forget this. A year and a half ago. It was really a conversation between those two. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it's a conversation again, but if he continues to play, he definitely will be a lottery pick. I'm talking top 12. What's a lottery? Top 12, top 13? He will definitely be a lottery pick.
Top 14. Okay, real quick. Okay, so as far as the whole Imani Bates versus Victor, I still like as good as Imani Bates was last night. I still do think he needs to take like another step and showcase more than just scoring the ball. You know, because I think he had 0 assists and he had 5 rebounds. Like everything I'm saying is not a knock, but I'm just saying like there's so much more potential that Imani Bates can really tap into. He was very, very unselfish last night, especially at the end of the game. I even heard the announcer saying he needed to shoot more. He was deferring to his teammates a little bit, you know, and that's something that Imani Bates, people were saying Imani Bates can't do. He did it. Now I want to see him being able to like get more assists, create more offense for his teammates and whatnot. Are people in the chat right now?
Yeah, it's people in the chat. We got.
I didn't even know we was live, but yeah, bro. Shout out to Imani Bates, man. Like Imani Bates is a GOAT.
Yeah, and just harkening back on that, you talk about it's a lot of improvement. A lot of the shots that he took last night, a couple of them was contested. So imagine when you start getting easier shots. A lot of them were contested, and he was knocking them down. So imagine what he can do when he start getting more open shots. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. He had contested shots. He still had 30 points.
Bro, that step back 3 he hit. I think it was like first half. That was tough. Like he was shooting a lot of like heat check shots. But like you said, bro, the consistency factor. He did it yesterday. Now we got to see. So if Imani Bates were to average like 30 points, do what he's doing yesterday, do you think he can go like top 5, top 10?
Easily. And
what type of player is he going to be at the next level? That's like what I'm trying to like, because the way Imani Bates plays, he plays as if like he's the superstar like on a team, you know, like he's He's like the Giannis's, he's like the LeBrons, he's like the Dames, he's that guy, you know. So I'm trying to see, can Imani Bates do that in the NBA? Like, do you think he can be that type of player for maybe like the Charlotte Hornets or the Sacramento Kings? Do you think they'll trust a guy like Imani Bates to be able to do that?
You know, one thing I always said about Imani Bates' game, and you know this whole topic, you know, this whole thing is just near and dear to my heart, man, because you know, with the arrest situation, everybody know my love for Imani Bates. That's the best player I ever seen from the beginning. We started like around the same time, so I got a different type of connection with him. You know, when I first started covering basketball, that's the first player that I saw, and I said, "Damn, here's a 6'5" kid with talent." You know what I'm saying? So it was hard for me to come on here and talk about some of the stuff that we talked about, but I feel like it had to be done. But I've always said this about Imani Bates' game. I feel like when he get to the pros, it's gonna open up more for him. I don't know what it is about college. I feel like college defense. I'm not gonna say college defense is tougher than the NBA, because NBA everybody can score. Everybody's offensively talented, but the college defense is a little bit different than the NBA, in my opinion. So I feel like when stuff started getting set up for him in the NBA and they really start running, you know, plays for him to come off a pick and, you know, and get uncontested shots and shit like that. Kind of like similar to the stuff that you see KD do. I don't want to bring back, compare him to KD and stuff like that, but that was who we compared him to. You know what I mean? The way KD can only take 3 dribbles, get to a spot, hit his shot in his bag like that. I don't know. I feel like once he gets to the pros, it'll open up more for him. I feel like.
No. I agree. Just because like the game is different. They don't really run 2-3 zones and full court presses.
Full court presses and shit.
You know, they don't do that. Like in colleges, it's way different. So it is harder to get a shot, especially if your teammates aren't also guys who can get teammates. Like it's easier to exploit, you know, offenses in college just because like players just aren't that talented. But in the NBA, like you said, everybody can get a bucket. So I agree. Yeah, I just want to know the type of player that Imani Bates is going to be on that next level. But that's so far ahead from now, bro. What he did last night was very, very impressive. Like you said, I'm proud to see, you know, what he did, considering just all the hate that he's been getting. And I feel like this game specifically, honestly, made people probably forget a lot of the stuff that he had to go through these past few months, past year. He had a career high 30 points. So he's on the right track. He just has to just keep it going.
And like you said, man, there's still areas that he can improve in. But today is a celebration for the whole basketball community. I feel like this week has just been a period of celebration. We'll talk about Zion Harmon a little bit later. It's just a period of celebration and seeing redemption stories of players coming back.
Man, bro,
you know, it make you feel a certain type of way. You know, it make you feel good when you just see that. All right, guys. Hey, we're gonna be taking a couple call-ins. Please keep it to 30 seconds. You got 30 seconds to come on here. No longer than a minute. Come on here, give your spill, call in, say what you feel about Imani Bates. If you got a question for us, ask the question and we'll answer it. But come on here, be straight to it. The phone number is ticking below. What were you saying, Juice?
Yeah, I feel like Eastern Michigan, like they can be that underrated team that makes it to, you know, the March Madness tournament. They're gonna end up like what, the 12th seed, beat the 5 seed, you know, be that Cinderella story. They can honestly do that. I can see that happening.
And I'm not jumping on shit. Hey, relax. We're not doing all that. It was a good game last night. Bro, relax.
Michigan is pretty solid. If you have a guy that tall in college, it's hard for other college teams to beat you. And I think the fact that was a close game. Is somebody calling or something? Oh,
no, listen.
Yeah, the fact that it was a close game and Eastern Michigan, they don't have a big that can compete with Hunter Dickinson. That to me just tells you Eastern Michigan, they're a solid team, bro.
Like, they're definitely solid. I mean, there's no reason they should have won the MAC conference. I'm thinking
it's like they were in foul trouble all last night. Everybody had like 4 fouls. I was looking at people getting fouled out and whatnot.
But also, I like to play devil's advocate sometimes. You can't just come over. Sometimes you got to play devil's advocate. Could this be a situation where emotions were just running high? This was the biggest game of the year. They know Michigan is the biggest team that they got to play. Sometimes that's all you're looking forward to. You got that marked on your schedule because you play no other big. They probably play a couple more nice sides.
They play like Buffalo. I know they play like Buffalo, South Carolina with Gigi Jackson, Ohio.
Yeah, so South Carolina be a nice game, but Michigan was, you know, ranked right around the corner from you. Like I said, it reminded me of like a high school rivalry. Could this be a situation where emotions were just running high, That's why I'm looking forward to the next couple of games.
Thanks. Oh man.
So I mean, so would you put him in the top 10 right now?
Is Imani Bates a top 10 player in college right now?
Draft pick.
Oh, draft pick. I'm not sure yet. I think I need to see more. Like he's in the conversation. Like he's in the conversation for sure. But it's more of the fact that I haven't like seen everybody. But even though I haven't like seen everybody, I still think he's in the conversation because he's to me, he's had the best game that I've so far seen out of everybody. I've seen Keontae, Grady Dick, all these guys. What Imani Bates did yesterday was better than what any other college player has done so far. So
yeah, man, it just felt good to see, man. It just what was your expectations coming into last night? Like when you turned it on,
bro. I mean, I personally knew he was gonna go off. Like, bro, he didn't play the first game because of coach's decision. I knew Imani Bates knew what was at stake with this game, and you couldn't play a better game than what Imani Bates did yesterday. Like you just can't. And the fact that it's more of the fact that he exceeded the expectations, bro. Eastern needs a big that can rebound and defend. What you think?
Yeah, they definitely don't got no size. I mean, that was one of the problems. I mean, yeah, but everybody was in foul trouble too. I mean, they did a pretty good job of Dickinson. I mean, Hunter Dickinson, he always don't get his stuff off, man. But
yeah, he's all American and whatnot. There's nothing that you could do, bro. There's nothing that you could do. I know Juwan Howard's two sons are also on there too.
He said, "Can Noah Farrakhan enter the league?" Yeah, he could have entered the league after last year, but
I think he's saying like, is he good enough to make it to the NBA?
I gotta see more of a sample size. Honestly, I'm not. I can't just go off one game and say it's hard to make it to the NBA. I don't think people realize there's a lot of guards in college basketball that are solid.
Yeah.
So I can't just come on here and say,
especially at the guard, like for Imani, it's kind of different because he's more of like a forward. He's 6'9" and whatnot. He honestly looks taller than 6'9" from like what I was seeing yesterday. But yeah, like you said, there's just like a ton of guards that can make it to the league. And I don't know what Noah did yesterday, bro. Like he just looked very like I was just watching the game. Nobody could guard him. He was getting to the basket with ease. He could have honestly had 30. It's just it was just the fact that he was in foul trouble and he had to come out the game a few times. But I think he pairs up good with Imani. I definitely feel like he's definitely like improved a lot too, though, for sure, over last year.
I guess somebody said no, his off the court issues are too risky right now as far as being a lottery pick.
Imani or Noah?
Imani.
Bro, NBA do not care about that type of stuff. Unless if your name is Kyrie Irving, bro, you attacking the whole religious community, bro. The NBA do not care, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. There's people who's done worse. There's people who's done worse than what Imani's done. And they're still in the league, bro. Come on.
Somebody said y'all think. Listen, we are turning this into a Mikey Williams conversation, but we will be talking about Mikey Williams a little bit later. If you want to stick around, but my short answer, I don't know. I do not know.
Hey, let's talk about Zion Harmon.
Yeah, let's talk about Zion Harmon real quick, man. The basketball community, everybody talks, and we know what was considered to be going on with Zion Harmon, allegedly. Okay, I gotta throw allegedly out there because I don't think it was nothing proven, but we all think we know what was going on allegedly. Now, transferred to Bethune-Cookman from Western Kentucky. Play Iowa, 18 points, 7 assists. Seemed to be back in his bag. We all know how impressive he is with the ball in his hands. He's one of the best finishers around. I'm gonna be honest with you. He can finish with the best of them. He's a magician with the ball in his hand. He can score at will, honestly. But it was just good to see him back. Even if he would have came out and dropped 5 points, man, it's just good to see him back on the court. But to do that against Iowa, yeah, they got blew out. I mean, I didn't expect for Bethune-Cookman to beat Iowa, but it was just impressive to see him back, man, to say the least.
Yeah, I think it was impressive to see him back, just considering like everything. And it's crazy because like people are making crazy videos on him and people making.
Do you think my video was crazy I made?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You was the first person the very first person I seen make a video on this whole situation.
Is
People was send, people was sending. Is it messed up?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I personally wouldn't make a video like that, but it's like you're just reporting on the news, and your video wasn't a negative video as far as like you hating on him or making fun of him or anything like that. I think it was just more of like you're concerned. But I've seen other people's videos where I genuinely felt like they were making those videos for clout. They're like, "Oh, Dearest TV got this many views. All right, I'm finna hop on the video."
Do you feel like Matt B. Grace was kind of crazy?
I mean, he made like a lot of videos on it. He made like what 4 or 5 videos on it. It's like, I don't think you need to make that many videos on the situation. Cause bro, people were sending me his posts, his stories. Same thing with you. People kept sending them to you. We could have easily make a video off that, bro. Get 100,000 views, pay our rent. Like, but it's more of a respect thing. I personally feel like
that period of time, I had like a little streak on YouTube where I'm gonna be honest, man. I was just looking at the stuff people post, and I'm like, let me try to post some gossipy BS and see how many views I get. And it was amazing the stretch I had where I posted a video about Amari Bailey's mom, 200-some thousand views. I posted a video about Zion Harmon, 100-some thousand views. Did another video on the update on Zion Harmon, 100-some thousand views. And I just didn't want to fall down that cycle of just gossipy shit. Like, I want to come on here and do stuff like this and still be able to pick up decent numbers, because I feel like we're pretty good at this. But it just goes to show you that people like the BS, man. Like, you know what I mean? We come on here and we give our real spill. It's some positivity, and we're gonna criticize a little bit too, because I feel like these players, they have to get some criticism and they have to get used to people saying things about them. So why can't we just, be the first to start the trend? Because it's gonna happen anyway. And these people on YouTube doing it anyway. But with the Zion Harmon situation, it was just rough because, we saw him from such a young age, and then to see that happen, and then it's like, for me to make a video talking about that, and the thumbnail probably did it. I know it probably did it. I mean, it's crazy.
I know it did it, bro.
It's just crazy how the algorithm, how your YouTube studio just say this video is doing 500% better than anything else. It's like, damn, like, you really got to talk about stuff like this to get views or be clickbaity. And you know how I feel about the clickbait titles. So I don't really like the clickbait stuff.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I think it just depends on your intention, with the video, and I don't know. I just can't. I just be trying to put myself in people's positions, and just the thumbnails that I seen people were using, like the crazy one with him and his teeth and whatnot. Like, I just can't imagine somebody doing that to me and making money off of it, using my name for clout, using my name to make money and whatnot, And they're not even DMing me. Everybody that made a video on Zion, I guarantee you, none of them DM'd Zion, checked up on him, nothing. They're just looking at his stories, looking at his posts, laughing about it, sending it to their friends, and go make a video on it on YouTube, bro. And that's why I'm saying, like, it comes down to the intention. That's why I feel like a lot of the videos that were made were just not genuine. That's why I personally didn't make it, just because, like I said, it's a respect thing. Like, I don't really care about the numbers and the cloud and all that. Like, there's so much we can talk about, bro. You see all the crazy videos people make. Bronny's girlfriend, Bryce's girlfriend, Amari Bailey's mom. Like, you see it all, bro.
Hey, I'm putting a name on it. 10K Wallace, he be going cry. I'm putting, if Kanye could come out and talk about everybody else like he did yesterday, it's up. It's up. So I'm saying names. It's up. Yeah, we got to do 10K Wallace coming over talking about girls and players, and it's crazy the fan base that is there for that. Literally in the comments, like, egging it on. It's just it's crazy to me. You know what I mean? But you can't knock somebody for finding their niche, and you got to get at people what they want. You got to look at it from that aspect too. Some people get at people what they want.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, I personally don't care. Like, bro, people, like, if that's what you want to make, that's what you want to make. It's up to you. I personally don't care, but like I said, there's a whole audience for that. So people enjoy those types of videos. Let people watch it. Like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say I don't watch BS on my free time or this and that. Ain't gonna lie, some of those videos that they be making, they are entertaining. Like, some of them actually are entertaining. But like I said, it's just a respect thing. I just can't sit there and do that.
But then, back to Zion Harmon, the performance. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, his first performance versus Iowa. I know he also played Indiana Either it was yesterday or the day before. I think he only finished with like 5 or 6 points. But it's the fact that he was just out there on the floor. You know, that's kind of what I wanted to see. I'm not expecting, bro. He hasn't played basketball in what, a year or two. I'm not expecting him to just come on the collegiate level against the teams that he's played, against Iowa and Indiana, who's number 13 in the country. I'm not expecting him to drop 50 points, bro. You know, it's the fact that he was there, he was functionable. He was getting the bucket. You know, like, I'm just excited the fact that he's on the floor. So I'm just excited to see what he's going to do for the rest of the season.
Yeah, man. I feel like the whole basketball community felt that. You know, it's kind of crazy how we got like our own community. You know, we just talk about stuff and there's rumblings about stuff and people kind of know stuff before it happened. The basketball community is fun. I get tired of it sometimes. I got to dip out sometimes, mute the Discord. But, you know, the basketball community is good, man. You know, people keep you up to date. I feel like we really care about players. But opinions change. You know, going back to Imani Bates, you know, people was saying people was kind of falling off him. Now people back on him. You know, they love you today, hate you tomorrow. It's kind of like that type of wave. You know, you read the comments, you know, people in the comments is funny saying, you know, he strapped
What?
They say he strapped on and off the court. I said that was I said they funny. I said they crazy though.
I did not see that, bro.
Yeah, like they're crazy. But that's kind of like the day that we live in though. You know, I feel like with the Zion Harmon, people was just so happy just to see him back, man. At the end of the day, man. You know that.
Yeah, shout out Zion Harmon, man. Shout out Zion Harmon. I know. I hope he just. Do you think he has a chance to make it to the league? Like, you think he's a league player? Or we're not ready for that conversation?
Well, I don't think we're ready for that conversation yet, man. I feel like it's just, you know, you got to get back to.
Because we've seen him torch players whenever he was in high school. Like, we've seen him against all the top guys.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we don't know exactly what's going on. We had alleged situations that they were saying was happening. I think right now it's just all about getting back 100%.
Yeah.
You know, forget basketball. Yeah, it's cute. We like to see him out there on the court doing this thing because we know how special he is. But at the end of the day, it's just about getting 100% back. Because in life, man, like I said in one of my videos, and I didn't really elaborate on it, everybody go through shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go through stuff. Y'all might see me with my hair blonde right now. What the hell D-Rich going through? Is he going crazy? I might be going through some shit. You know what I'm saying? I might have said, let me blonde my hair. I might be going through some stuff. But you have to have the ability to bounce back in life. We all going to have points in life where we fall off. Some people's going to be worse than others. But you got to play the cards that you dealt, and you got to win your hand. Play your hand. Everybody going to have situations. Juice, I don't know if you ever fell out before. You probably fell out before. You probably had situations where you're going through some mental stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody, and if you haven't, you're going to have a situation like that in your life. It's going to happen. But you have to have the ability to bounce back. I've had points in my life where I gained 20 pounds, and I look in the mirror. I'm like, damn, what the hell happened? Because I was going through situations where I let myself fall off. But I always have had the ability to bounce back. Some people don't have that ability. I think that Zion Harmon showed the ability to bounce back, even if he's not all the way back 100% to where he wants to be at or where he once was. Just showing the ability to get back on track because we know something was going on. I'm just happy to see him back on track, even if it's not all the way.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We going live. We going live tomorrow or what?
No, I feel like we preaching today though. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, y'all. The 35 people in here, nobody's gonna give y'all content like we giving you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna say this. Me and Juice, we got a relationship where we don't always see eye to eye on certain stuff. And we gonna give it to y'all. We gonna give y'all the real. We gonna talk about stuff that other people not talking about, and we gonna tell y'all how we really feel. No gimmicks, no clown stuff. Nobody's gonna give y'all the content that we're giving y'all. Cut the games. So all you other people out here in the basketball community, cut the games, move out the way. Some real ones here. And when they come with that checkbook trying to get us, they better come correct. It's up. It's up. I'm talking crazy. It's up. Now, next week, man. I actually thought it was this Friday. I got confused. I thought that Jared played Mikey this Friday, but it's next Friday. Is it in Sandy? It's in Corona, or where is it at?
I believe it's at Corona. I think. I have to double check, but I think it's at Corona Centennial.
I feel like this is much anticipated, man. Because, or I gotta ask you my question. Are we having a real conversation today, or what we doing? I feel like we've been real so far, but I want to have a real conversation. What we doing?
We keeping it real, man. Come on, bro.
Is Mikey Williams better than Jared, or is Jared better than Mikey? Let's talk. Right now, right now.
So no potential. Like, who's the better player right now?
Who's the better player, Mikey Williams or Jared McCain? And Juice, let's not pee around the bush. Let's get straight to it. Let's not talk about right now.
I really don't know. Like, I honestly feel like it's 1A, 1B because Jared can do things Mikey can do, and Mikey can do things Jared can do. I probably would have to give it to. I probably got to give it to like Mikey just by like a little bit, probably. I think because Mikey can score just like Jared, if not better, probably. He can shoot. He can probably shoot just as good as Jared, bro. I've seen it. Like, I've seen it, bro.
I don't think he can shoot just as good as Jared. No.
Bro, so I'm comparing Mikey at his highest level, and I'm comparing Jared at his highest level from what I've seen. And if we're comparing Mikey to where he's on point, he's on business, he's not playing no games, he's not just going through the motions, I think that player is actually better than Jared McCain.
Hey, let me take my pen out real quick. When I got the pen in my hand, I'm a dangerous man.
For real though, bro.
Let's go through a checklist. Who's the better athlete?
Jared or Mikey Williams.
Okay, Mikey. Who's the better ball handler?
Mikey.
Okay. Who's the better shooter?
Probably Jared McCain.
Who's the better defender?
Probably Mikey.
No, Jared McCain's a better defender. Stop it. Who's the better?
Neither of them are like, I wouldn't say either of them are just like defensive players though.
But you know, we alluded to it last week. People say Mikey is lackadaisical on defense. I don't think you hear that about Jared McCain. Have you?
Okay, all right, Jared McCain.
Don't keep the same energy, please.
I'm keeping the same. Like I said, I'm comparing Mikey at his highest level from what I've seen, and I'm comparing Jared to his highest level that I've seen. I've seen Mikey drop 70 points. I've seen him drop 50 consistently against top guys. I've seen him drop 40, bro. I've seen him get 10 assists. I've seen him get 50. Like, I've seen it before, bro. I've seen him go on spurts where he's killing his defenders, bro. I've seen him drop 41 against Evan Mobley when he was in high school, bro. I've seen it, bro. I was at the game versus Bronny. We were at the game versus Bronny James, bro. He was going off. Like, I've seen him do this against top guys. Jared has the state title. He plays. I think his teams are better and whatnot. But if we're talking about specifically the sole player at their highest level, I think Mikey is better, bro. Like, a little bit better.
Whew, Juice, man. Juice, man. You know, I love Mikey Williams, but I think Jared got him slightly, you know, and that's not a knock.
It's interchangeable.
I'm not going to say I don't think it's close, but I mean, from what we've been seeing since the summer.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Jared is probably better on a consistent basis because he plays hard every game. I feel like when nothing is on the line and Mikey just like, he don't care and he's not really trying, you know, that's maybe a knock I'll give Mikey. But if the game matters, bro, he's going to turn up.
Like, hey, let's open up the phone lines. Who is the better player? Mikey Williams or Jared McCain? I want a couple of people to please call in and talk about this. You know, who is the better player, Mikey or Jared McCain? Because I feel like it's a conversation to be had. I feel like Jared is a 5-star now. They dropped Mikey to a 4.
Bro, but that's because he's not playing. Like, Mikey just doesn't play. You got to put context to it. He barely did he even play this summer? That's why he dropped.
Yeah, and I'm just coming on here trying to create conversation a little bit, man. Who is the better player, Mikey Williams or Jared McCain? We saw what Jared McCain did this summer, and that's why I'm looking forward to seeing this game and seeing how the Border Boys come out, because Jared McCain's team is a top team in the country. They're ranked top 25 according to Max Preps in the country. They do have a tough schedule. They will be playing DJ Wagner. They will be playing Bronny James. They got a nice schedule, and they probably got more teams on there than that. I'm just naming a couple. They will be traveling to New Jersey, I believe, and playing DJ Wagner.
That's because they have better coaching. I think they have better coaching and their structure of their team is a lot better. But I think the addition with JJ Taylor in that game is going to make a huge difference, in my personal opinion. But Jared's team, they have a good big Devin Williams who's going to UCLA. I don't think nobody on San Diego is going to be able to guard him. I just hope Mikey and Jared McCain, I just hope they're guarding each other, man.
We got to call her, man. We got to call her. Hopefully they get straight to it. I ain't got time for the BS.
Yo. I think Mikey's better than Jared.
Hold on, man. What's going on with my stuff?
You can't hear him? I can hear him.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yo, you on live with D Rich and Juice?
Yeah, I know.
Bro, you can't hear. How can you not hear
Hello?
him, bro?
My headphones or something.
He said Mikey Williams is better than Jared McCain. That's what he said. My boy need a new mic.
Yo, what's going on, man? My bad, man. You on live with D Rich and Juice. What's going on?
Nah, Sam.
Who you think the better player, Mikey Williams or Jared McCain?
Mikey Williams, bro.
What? Give me 30 seconds, man. Tell me why.
Bro, Mikey got the potential. He got the bag. He got everything. And Jared, he cool and all, but Mikey's better. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's just that.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
For sure.
What the bag got to do? They both got a bag. Hey, y'all, we can't talk about money talk. They both got. I know you got the Puma deal, but they both got a bag now. If we're talking about the bag, they both got a bag. Let's keep it real.
Nah, Jared, I think don't he got his own line of Crocs too?
Bruh, and kids actually buying the Crocs.
Yeah, facts. But hey, I think Mikey still got the bag over him, though. But,
I don't want to get in people's pockets, but they both are making more money than I made when I was 17 or 18 years old by far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one person. That's one person who said Mikey better.
And I feel like another reason why this game is so I'm looking forward to it is because these are probably outside of Bronny, the two most marketable players in high school basketball going head to head. We talk about the top two players that are marketable with a fan base. These are the top two right here. Outside of Bronny, these players don't have. We got to call her from Boston. These players don't have a dad that was in the NBA. Not a knock, but these two players built their brand for real. What's going on? You on live with D Rich and Juice?
All right, bro. I don't know what the other guy was talking about, but Jared is clearly the better player.
30 seconds, man. Elaborate.
All right, so Jared can get to the spots very easily. He's the best shooter in high school basketball. Mikey is only a scorer. He's probably the better scorer. I'll give him that. But I played against Mikey myself. He's not like that playmaking. He's more poised now than like back in his freshman year, like getting to the spots. But like he's just I don't know. And he's ducking. He's not ducking comp, but like he didn't play the whole summer. Jared's playing this summer. You saw what Jared could do. Jared is like that. So that's it.
So who gonna dominate next week before you get off the line? Who gonna win the matchup? Jared or Mike?
Jared.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Got you.
Yeah.
I feel like Jared doesn't get to the spots better, actually. Like, I wouldn't say that because I feel like I said, the coaching is better and they know how to get Jared open, which kind of makes it seem like it. But I think in one-on-one situations, I feel like Mikey's the better like player who can probably get to his spots. And then also too, Mikey, I guess he could be forcing shots a little bit. Jared McCain doesn't really force shots, but I don't know what he's talking about with the fact he said Mikey is not a playmaker. I feel like he is a playmaker when he wants to be, personally.
I think that somebody just said in the comments, like you said, Jared does it on a more consistent basis. Well, that's what makes you a better player when you do something more on a consistent basis.
No, but I'm saying it's like that because he just plays harder. Mikey just, if the game, there's no substance in the game, he doesn't care.
Everything that you are saying is the reason why people are saying Jared is the better player. Whenever you're going to start naming stuff like that, that means, like, what you saying? Jared plays hard every game. So you talking about?
I'm saying if Mikey had games that mattered more, and if he actually put his mind to it and cared more, I think he would do the same thing that that Jared does. Like I said, we've seen Mikey got 50, 60, 70, 40, 30. I've seen it. I haven't seen that from Jared McCain.
Juice. We know I love Mikey Williams. Y'all know I love Mikey Williams. I actually got some exclusive music from Mikey Williams. We talk from time to time. Juice, the stuff that you are naming is the reasons is what make a player who they are. You essentially saying that Mikey Williams don't care sometimes.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't play as hard sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
You saying Jared McCain plays hard all the time and he cares more and his games mean more in California, and that's essentially what you're saying. You're saying if Mikey cared as much as Jared was, he'd be a better player. I mean, these are things that make players who they are. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but like I said, whenever it's time, whenever it matters, whenever this game comes up, I guarantee you that Mikey is not going to drop 9 points in this game.
Oh, no way. He's going to have 20 plus for sure.
And that's the point I'm trying to make. Every time he usually shows up in big games. Like he always does. And that's what I'm saying. It's just more of like a caring thing. So if he had more games that he cared about, he would just produce more. That's all I'm saying.
So at the end of the day, you taking Mikey over Jared. I just feel like it's a good conversation, man.
Like I said, it just depends who's on my team, right? It really just depends.
Somebody said Mikey dropped 77 on freshman. Somebody came back and said this, Juice. Mikey dropped 77.
Bro, whoever wrote that, I guarantee you has not dropped 20 points in the game. I guarantee you. I don't care who you play. If that kid played or whoever that is played, the preschoolers, I guarantee you he's not dropping 77 points, bro. You know how hard it is to drop 77 points? You know how hard that is? Bro, people can't even drop 20. NBA players can't even drop 5. People in high school can't even get into the game. And this man's dropping 77. And you're knocking somebody who's dropping 77 points, bro. All of our favorite players has never dropped more than 50 points in the game. And this man dropped 77. And we're hating on somebody to drop 77, bro. No, I do not want to hear it. Stop it.
Somebody said, boy, you crazy. Mikey way better.
Bro, what? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's be for real, bro. We're hating on somebody that dropped 77 points, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Somebody said Juice OD bias.
Hell no, man. I just be speaking facts.
Somebody said Mikey only scores, doesn't do anything else. He lazy.
Bro, these people have not seen him in person. I've seen him against like good players, bro. I've seen it. I'm telling you, when he wants to be a point guard, he can. But he be making reads that like his team, he's so far advanced over his teammates that his teammates can't catch those passes that he makes. I'm telling you, bro, I've seen it, and I feel like he's gonna really showcase that like either this season or whenever he plays big time games or whenever he's at Memphis. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and he actually told me that one time. He said, like, bro, my game is like really like a pro game. I play and I see things and I play at a certain pace, essentially. You know?
I'm telling you, I've seen it, bro.
And both these dudes are good. So it's like either one you take, I don't think you'll be messed up with either or. I just think that right now, the majority would consider Jared McCain a better player. And I think that's why this game is important for Mikey to come out and show people and remind them, because it's been a while since we've seen him in like a primetime game like this. So hopefully this game is on like TV or something. Hopefully it's a way that I can actually tune in and dial in and watch it, and not just highlights.
Bro, we were supposed to be at the game, man.
I'm not traveling all the way to California for one game.
Somebody said Mikey led All-American camp in assists.
Somebody said compare Mikey and Jared NBA wise.
You said what?
Compare them. Who will be the better NBA player, basically?
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. So as far as the better NBA player, I think. I mean, I feel like I probably trust Jared McCain a lot more. Probably like right now, like Mikey. As far as like future wise, he's gonna have to show me. But I think the fact that Jared is just coached the way that he is, and the way he comes off screens and whatnot, he can play in a system, which is like kind of how the NBA is. And I feel like he's probably more willing to accept the role that he is. I think that's probably why he may be a better NBA player. But I think the ceiling for Mikey, like I said, is like a Donovan Mitchell. You know, that's just the type of player I see, undersized, He's not really a point guard. He's kind of a shooting guard. He's like 6'2". You know, he can score buckets. So I don't know.
So, okay, we talked about the players. Before we get off this topic, we only stay on there for an hour. We got 15 minutes on here. We're gonna touch on first we get college basketball after this, then probably take a few more calls. We only do an hour. What team do you see winning this matchup?
I see Centennial winning.
By a blowout, or
I think it'll be like 76-62 or something like that, actually.
76-62?
Something like that, yeah. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but it's going to be like kind of close first half. Second half, I see Centennial just kind of running away with it. They have structure. They've been playing with each other for years. So I just know they're going to win the game.
Now, what if Mikey and them come out and shock us and win?
I'm not going to be shocked if they win, but I just have current Centennial winning the game. I think their team overall is just better, bro. Like Mikey only has JJ Taylor. He has that what's his name, like Andre Ingram or something like that. Ty Ingram. He's like the freshman. He's like 6'1" or something. They obviously got JJ Taylor. They got that Hispanic point guard. And they have some dude named something Guerrero. I forgot his name. He was like 6'4". I just think Jared McCain's team is just better, bro. I think Jared McCain and Devin Williams, they're actually one of the best high school duos in high school basketball. I promise you. I think they're probably not the fan favorites, but they're pretty solid.
Is your teeth for real?
Bro, you're gay, bro.
Look like you got veneers. How's that gay? You got some straight teeth, bro. I'm looking at you. I'm like, this dude got. I want to get like the veneers. I'm like, this dude Juice really got straight teeth. Like, you had braces or something?
Nah, never, man.
You just take good care of your teeth, type.
I guess. I mean, I'm just blessed, man.
You bless inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, man. Alhamdulillah.
Real.
But
now, first week of college basketball, I feel like it was a couple of pretty impressive performances. One player that really stood out to me was Cason Wallace from your area, Dallas. You Fort Worth. He from the real Dallas, I think. We talked about him a while ago, and I said that he kind of got the swagger where he come on the court and he just don't look like he's about to drop 30 on you, but he'll drop 30 on your ass. And watching him hit his first game at Kentucky really showed me that, this kid really got it. He's a bucket. Did you see his game? First game?
Bro, I've been watching him in high school. He's from my area. So yeah, I've been seeing it. I knew he was going to be doing this. I think he's one of the best players in college for sure. He's already projected to be a top 10 pick, top 12 pick or something like that. So because he plays defense and he can score the ball. Like he's a two-way player, legit two-way player. We say that about a lot of guys, but he's a legit two-way player.
Can he score at all three levels? No, we always don't.
Nah, he's solid, bro. He's good, bro. And I seen him against Trey Johnson too. So he delivered. So he's legit, man.
Another player that stood out to me was, I'll let you touch on this, was Grady Dick.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely a sharpshooter. Chris Livingston played solid in his debut, Kentucky. The point guard, Jaden Bradley, he had a good game. Brandon Miller, Alabama. Both of those guys had pretty solid games opening night.
Keontae George has been looking pretty solid too. I think he had like 7 assists or something like that his first game. He looked pretty solid yesterday. I was watching it live. He looked solid yesterday. Obviously, Arkansas with Anthony Black, Nick Smith, they look solid.
Did Nick Smith play yet? He didn't play the first game.
I don't know. I've seen him either if it was preseason or this week. I know I've watched Anthony Black. Like I know he's been hooping, dunking on people and whatnot.
Amari Bailey played last night. You check him out?
Nah, I didn't check him out, but I don't know. Every time they be posting him on like Instagram, the comments be like, y'all need to stop posting him because he's not really doing much. But I haven't really been keeping up like that.
I feel like this is obviously I'm not a hooper. Like I said, I'm 5'11" and I play like Ben Wallace. But it seems like it's a big jump from high school to college. That's a big jump because the intensity definitely ramps up. I remember I was talking to Chris Livingston. He just talked about the workouts, man. Getting up early and working out twice a day, and then you got study tables. Then you got it's a lot of things to get adjusted to. A lot of things, and they got a lot on their plate. Traveling,
It's a lot.
You playing 2-3 times a week. You playing that Big 12 SEC schedule. That's tough, and I'm impressed, and it feels good for us to just see players from high school go to college and work hard, and it's just fun to see the progression. That's why I like this level of basketball. NBA is cool, it's cool, whatever, but I like to see the progression of players from 8th grade year, high school, go to college. I like to see that.
Bro, like I did college sports, like I did college track, and like you said, you have to we had to wake up early in the morning, also work out in the afternoon. So we had to wake up in the morning at like 5-6 a.m., then go to class, then go back to practice, then back to class, then have mandatory study groups, and then we all obviously traveling and whatnot, going to different states and whatnot. I can only imagine what it feels like to play basketball being a collegiate athlete. So yeah, it's definitely like a huge, adjustment factor. I feel like it's just kind of cool for us to really see these kids. Like you said, you saw Imani Bates when he was, 15, 13, 14. Now he's in college. We're literally seeing these kids grow up right in front of our faces. So it's kind of cool, man.
Do you think what player do you think would be like the freshman college basketball player of the year? Do they even have that award? Like the best freshman? Who, like if you had to pick one right now, who do you think would be the best freshman in college basketball this year? Still early. How did Duke? Any players? Did you check out Duke?
I just been seeing like highlights, but I don't think I'm well versed yet. It's still kind of early. I really don't tap in too much with college basketball until like January, December-ish. So I'm not the best person to speak on that yet. But if I had to guess, I mean, I can see a guy like Grady Dick, doing something. The guy from Texas, his name Dylan Mitchell. I think Dylan Mitchell.
Yep.
I like him. Who else? Keontae George, obviously, you know how I feel about him. Yeah, I just need to like tap in more, and then I feel like I can give like a good opinion. Whose game translates better to the next level? Jared does. Mikey will have the same career as Trayvon Duval if he doesn't learn how to run a team and pick spots.
Anything to say on that one, or are you keeping it quiet?
No, I actually 100% agree with that.
Hey, now let's get to this. Bro, how old is Drew Timme, bro? I was watching it. I said, this dude's still in college? Did you watch the Michigan State game last night?
Nah, but I do know he's still in college.
Bro, what year is he? Wasn't he a senior last year?
I don't know, bro. I don't know how he's not getting drafted. I think he's projected to go like 58th or something. Is he not one of the best college players?
I mean, last year he was a bucket, but it's crazy how a player can like be a player like him and like still be not get drafted. Like it's crazy. It's off potential, like you said.
Bro, like I said, they'll pick a player that's 19 over a guy that's 23. I feel like Drew Timme has proved that he can get a bucket. Like he's done it in March Madness. I forgot who did they play their very last game and they lost? Do you remember?
They played didn't they play in North Carolina? Or they played they beat Memphis. They beat Memphis. They lose to Kansas?
There was a game where he was hitting like every single shot in the second half. I forgot who they were playing, but that's how it's hard to make it to the NBA. If a guy like him is not making it, bro. Just crazy. Luka Garza, same thing last year.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We got about 7 more minutes on here. Any motivation for the people out there? I feel like we should start giving like a motivational segment.
Maybe we got to start. I told you I wrote down a whole list of like free game and tips we gotta like talk about. I forgot what they were, but if you watching this, bro, like take action, man. Like that's all I gotta say. Like find your passion. Like people gotta understand. Like when they start things are gonna start off slow. Like honestly, like this podcast right now, we started, but then we stopped. We started, then we stopped. Like we obviously aren't getting 50,000 views or whatnot, but it's more of the fact that if we see the light at the end of the tunnel, we still continue to be consistent and whatnot, work hard and understand the patient side of it. I feel like eventually, we can get there. And I feel like people got to really instill that in their head with whatever they're trying to do in life is like be patient, but take action at the same time. What was you finna say? Because I know I seen your mouth start moving.
I was drinking my juice. I was trying to think about what I was gonna say.
But yeah, like I don't know, like just take action, stay patient, and pray to God. I feel like if you have those 3 things like instilled in your head, you can honestly achieve anything, bro. Anything.
My thing would just be, man, just remember what matters, man. A lot of the stuff that we think matter, bro, really don't matter, bro. Like
I be asking you that all the time.
like you know what I'm saying? Like for example, it was a long week for me. I didn't talk about it, but my dog was sick, right? And when your dog's sick, is your connection with your dog is like really like it's powerful, bro. Like when they say a dog is a man's best friend, that shit real. So when my dog was throwing up on a consistent basis until I found the recipe to cure it, nothing else really mattered to me the whole day. It made me like really put into perspective. I didn't care about a chick text me or none of this bullshit, none of the BS mattered that was going on besides my dog getting back to complete health. Because that's what mattered to me. Like nothing else. I didn't want to go nowhere with nobody. I didn't want to go out for a drink and all that BS. You know, people talking to me about gossipy shit. I didn't care about that. I had to put into perspective what matters. So I think it's important for us to really remember what matters at the end of the day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not trying to use my dog. I'm not saying I had some type of spiritual awakening, but it's just like when stuff like that is going on, bro, like you really put into perspective what matters.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, like I feel like people really don't understand that and like understand how short life is or understand that like things really don't matter until they go through something like that, so where they get that emotional connection. You know, like, bro, things just really don't matter. Your crush that you had, you know, in high school, you know, people making fun of you in high school, like, bro, none of that stuff even matters, bro. Nothing even matters. You go to Starbucks, they get your drink wrong, they put too much ice in your, like, at the end of the day, it does not matter, bro. Like, things just don't matter. Like, focus on what matters in your personal life and try to do the best you can. Just take things day by day.
On a side note, I don't know if I'm going a little bit too far talking about this, but bro, I ain't gonna talk about it.
What was he finna say?
Bro, did Tinder take away super likes on Tinder Plus? I'll talk to you about it later, bro. But I swear to God, I'm paying $9. You don't gotta talk about it if you want to, but I'm paying $9 on Tinder, and you can't get no super likes every week, bro. I can't cancel the ad, bro.
Hey, let's go on Instagram Live real quick, bro.
Talk about what?
I don't know, just like 5 minutes because I have stuff I gotta do, but we can just go on there for like 5 minutes.
All right, bet, man. I feel like this was a good episode, though.
Yeah, it was long, bro. But yeah, we can wrap it up, man. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Appreciate everybody that was on this live right now, man. It means a lot. Beginning, man. Let's just keep it going, keep it pushing. And yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm out.